Welcome back from summer. Here we go with another school year already, and we appreciate those of you who work during the summer. I know you didn't really have much time off. We're working at our new startup meetings this year and some of the things that we need to cover with you. Some of them are old and some of them are new. So we're going to start off with hours of service. Hours of service is a form that you're going to fill out every year for us. Basically what it is it tells us about any other jobs that you may have. We need to make sure that you don't work more than a 60-hour work week in 7 days. So the form is pretty simple. It starts today, and you're going to go back 7 days listing any hours you've worked at any jobs, driving or not. So if you deliver the paper in the morning or you work at Walmart at night, you need to put those hours on there. If you don't work another job, then it's easy. It's all zeros. Okay? So that's the 1 through 7 on there. The bottom of the form looks at when you worked last. So what was the last day you worked in the past 7 days? What time did you leave work and what time did you start work again? Again, if you didn't work at all, it's simple. You're just putting yesterday's day, no time, and today's date, no time, and signing the bottom. If you worked another job, then you need to put those hours on there. Anytime during the year, if you get another job, please go into your manager so that you can fill out another form for us recording those hours that you work. Okay? Pretty simple. Okay, the next form that we're going to talk about is your annual review of your driving history and criminal history. So again, this is a form that normally we had done at startup. We don't do it like that anymore. We do it now with your renewal of your medical cards. So every time you get a new medical card, you're going to be asked to fill out that annual review form. You're going to list any moving violations you've had in the last 12 months, any criminal charges against you that are pending, or any arrests in the last 12 months. Again, you're going to sign it and date it. Now, when you have a new medical card and we fax it into DMV, we're going to wait 7 days and then we have to run your motor vehicle histories. Your medical history is now attached to your motor vehicle history. So we're going to check and make sure that your new medical card and information has been entered and attached to your license information, making sure that they have the correct expiration dates and you're up to date on that. Anytime during the school year, if you're arrested for anything, pulled over for a moving violation, given a ticket, by law, you have to come in and see your manager within 24 hours and report those offenses. You're also going to be asked now to enter those onto that annual review so that when we do run your motor vehicle histories or your criminal histories, everything matches on there. And again, pretty simple. If you have any questions, make sure you go see your manager about it. Now's the section where we need to talk about new laws or new things that affect us as CDL drivers in the state of Connecticut. One of those things has to do with licensing. So most of you already know about the new Real ID program and that you need to prove not only your identification, but your residency. So every manager and every office should have a list of the documents that you need to bring with you when you go to renew your license. It requires you, one, to prove your identity. So you're going to need your Social Security card. And then again, to prove any name changes that you may have had through marriage licenses, divorce papers, your birth certificate. And you're also going to need to prove your residency with 2 current pieces of mail that have your name and current address on them. Again, your manager should have that list of all those documents. All you need to do is ask them for it before you go to renew your license. It's important that you don't wait till the last minute to go renew your license, just like your physical. You should be going at least 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time. I believe now your licenses can be renewed up to 6 months ahead of time. So the second part of that is that you are no longer going to get that little plastic license when you go to renew. You are going to get this piece of paper. So this piece of paper has the picture of your new license on it, But this is only good for approximately 2 weeks and has an expiration date on it. They're going to be sending you the real license in the mail within 20 days, they said. So on this piece of paper, it has information about how you can check to make sure that your license is being sent to you, what to do if it isn't sent to you in 20 days. So it's important, like before, that you check this piece of paper before you leave. It has all of the proper class and endorsements on it so that you know that when you get that plastic license in the mail, that it's correct. There's some reasons behind this, but basically it's about security. So like the money that's printed at the mint and only can be printed at the mint because of special things that are embedded in that paper, the license is the same way. That plastic that the license is made out of is only produced in certain areas. So it has embedded security things in it. So it can't be reproduced and it can't be stolen from a DMV branch. So it's a security issue to make sure that licenses are correct and the people that say they are holding them like they should be. So it's a good thing. It's a process that we're going to have to get through like anything else. And again, it's important that you don't wait till the last minute to go. Your current license will still be valid while you're waiting to get that renewed one. So make sure you can go ahead of time and have the proper documents that you need to get that gold star put on if you don't already have it. It probably is going to take close to those 10 days, like they said. They give us up to 20 days to get it in the mail. We should be getting them before then. So don't wait till the last minute to go renew. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the physicals and drug and alcohol testing. The physicals haven't changed. We're still doing that 5-page physical. You're still going to get that medical card and the physical when you go to the provider. We send you to Concentra. We pay for your physicals. When you bring that physical back to your managers are faxing in your medical card to DMV. DMV is then entering that medical information onto your license history so that when we run those license histories, it's attached to it. Again, it's important that you go for your physicals ahead of time. Don't wait till the day before your medical expires to go down to Concentra to get the new one. It was going to require you again to bring certain information with you. If you have a health history, a condition, diabetes, high blood pressure, medications, heart disease, some of those things are going to require some additional information from your doctor. Again, your managers have an information sheet that was given to us by Concentra that asks some of the common questions and concerns about some of the health conditions that you might have. Check in with your managers, go over the information. If you've had to bring notes before for things, you're going to have to bring them again. So we don't want you to have to go to Concentra, get disqualified possibly, or put in pending and not be given that physical card that day and then have you expire the next day and now you can't work. The idea is to go ahead of time so that your current physical, your current medical card is still good. You can still work, you can still drive while you're going back to your physicians and getting any notes, any documents that are required to clear that pending physical down at Concentra. The sooner you go, the better it's going to be for you and, of course, for us because we need all our drivers in our seats. So, again, see your managers, discuss any issues with them so we can help you get through that process as smoothly as possible. Lastly, drug and alcohol testing, something that we have to talk to you about every year. There's really no changes in it. We still do the 5-panel drug test, checking for amphetamines, methamphetamines, marijuana, the opiates, cocaine, and the PCPs. So that's the 5 panels. The drug testing procedure, there's no changes in that as well. We still do random, pre-employment, and post-accident drug testing if necessary. We also have reasonable suspicion. So there are no changes in any of that process. The one thing that I do want to talk about is the fact that you need to comply with these test requests. So what that means is if you're asked to submit to a random drug test, drug or alcohol, you need to comply to that. It's part of your job requirement, part of your CDL requirement from the DOT. So we understand everybody has things to do, but it's part of your job. So if you're asked to submit, you have one or two choices. You proceed with the test. You have 3 hours to complete that test and comply with the procedure, which means that for some of us, we may have some difficulty with complying with the procedure. It gives you a 3-hour time period to complete that. So during that 3 hours, if you don't provide enough specimen, you have to start all over, which means sitting in the office and drinking water, soda, juice, something so that you can produce enough specimen when you try for the second time. If again on the second time you don't produce enough specimen and you still have time in that 3 hours, then you get another shot at it. If something happens and the 3 hours expire and you can't comply with the test, then there's going to be a concern about a refusal of testing. We would send you to a physician to make sure that there isn't a medical condition there, or if there is a medical condition called shy bladder. Hopefully that's what it is, and we get a negative drug test result and everybody's good. But just so you're aware, there is a 3-hour time period on those drug tests. And in that 3 hours, you do have to comply not only with providing the specimen, but complying with the test request of drinking water, staying there under direct observation. You can't walk out to your car. You can't leave the office. It's a concern for a lot of people because some people do have that shy bladder. So hopefully it doesn't happen to you and everything goes smoothly with our drug and alcohol testing. Other than that, there's no changes, and I just wanted to make people aware of that 3-hour time limit because not everybody understands how that works. Again, if you have any questions, go in, speak to your managers about it so that you are sure you understand how this process works. Thank you, and I hope everybody has a great, safe school year. Welcome back.